Hello everyone, నేను మీ బాలకృష్ణ. వెల్కమ్ టు మై యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ బాలా జన్ ఏఐ తెలుగు అండ్ దెన్ ఫేస్బుక్ ఛానల్. టుడే I am going to discuss about Splunk. It is a very important and useful tutorial for any developer and then tester. Before going to dive into Splunk, what is the Splunk? What is the importance of Splunk? Where we need to use Splunk in our real-time projects. Now I am going to discuss Splunk. If you are watching my channel first time, please like, comment and then subscribe. If it is not useful for you, in your friends or relatives useful this information or content, please share. Thank you. Splunk. Splunk is a powerful platform for searching, analyzing and visualizing machine data. Now, what is the Splunk means? Splunk, it is a powerful platform for searching. Suppose if you are searching any data that is not in IT organization, your mobile phone also, desktop also, laptop also, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, what are the apps, anything you want to use or search information from the devices, it can always track by a Splunk only. And then what you search, then you should analyze. Because of that reason, we will use analyzing and visualizing. What is the importance of visualizing? What you have searched, that is visualized in terms of graphical picture manner. That's the reason visualizing the machine data. Now the data is everything is stored in the machines, that we need to capture, analyzing and then visualizing the machine data. That's the reason we will use Splunk. Now generally we will call it as a logs, metrics and then events. These are the three things we need to use for analyzing, visualizing and searching the data inside in the machines using the Splunk. ఓకే, ఐ హోప్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ క్లియర్. స్ప్లంక్ అనేది ఎందుకు వాడతామంటే మన మెషిన్స్లో, అంటే మొబైల్ ఫోన్ కానీ ల్యాప్టాప్ కానీ ఏదైనా ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ డివైజెస్లో ఏ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అయినా మీరు సెర్చ్ చేశారంటే ఆ సెర్చ్ చేసిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది ఒక రికార్డ్గా స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. దాన్ని ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ట్రాక్ చేసుకోవడాన్ని దాన్ని లాగ్స్ అంటాం. Log is different, error is different, defect is different. Everything is different. We will call it is in IT side. Now these are the logs. And then matrices. Matrices means we need to analyze the in the form of mathematical formulation. We will use matrices. And then events. Events is nothing but time based on the time events. Suppose generally మనం అలారం షెడ్యూల్ చేసామంటే అలారం. సపోజ్ ఎనీ ఈవెంట్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్, సపోజ్ ఎనీ ఫంక్షన్స్, these comes under the events. Everything what you want to search inside the machines, we need to visualize searching and analyzing in the Splunk. Now where you can set up in your local systems, in the Windows machine, Linux machines or macOS, and then use its search processing language, that is called SPL, to build dashboards, alerts and advanced analytics. Based on that we will use in Splunk. Now this is the my web page as well as YouTube channel. Now if you have any doubts for regarding any technology in IT, ServiceNow, Salesforce, generative agentic, AWS, Azure, GCP, DevOps, data engineering, data analytics, data mining, and then cyber security, SOC, IAM tools, anything. If you want or do you want to know any information regarding these all the things, please comment or message in the YouTube channel also. Otherwise my WhatsApp number 8977188064. Okay, now Splunk sticky notes. What are the components? What are the terms we need to discuss inside the Splunk is, now first is what is Splunk. Splunk, it is nothing but a machine data analysis platform. Now after that we need to discuss architecture of the Splunk. In the components of Splunk architecture, forwarder, indexer, and then search head. Now coming to the another topic is SPL. SPL stands for search processing searching language basics. Next, indexes, set types, sources, and hosts. Next one, data onboarding and inputs. Now another topic is knowledge objects, fields, lookups, event types. Next, dashboards, reports, and visualizations. Next, after that, alerts, scheduled reports, and actions. Then afterwards, we need to discuss about apps, add-ons, Splunk base. Now, if we want to practice in the lab sessions, we need to use best practices, search optimization, and licensing. Now, what is Splunk? In the definition point of view, a data analytics platform that ingests logs, matrices, and events from IT systems. IT stands for information technology systems, and then applications and security tools. This is the definition about Splunk. Which purpose we need to use Splunk? Helps in monitoring, troubleshooting, security analysis, compliances, and observability. It is mainly concentrating, focusing on the data, that is any kind of job sector like Java, C Sharp, .NET, any kind of projects you are building. We need to check. We need to check in the internet also, web also, database also, any apps also, that every data, every log, every event should monitoring based on the Splunk platform only. Now what are the core products used in Splunk? Splunk Enterprise, it is an on-premises deployment. Splunk Cloud SaaS version. SaaS stands for software as a service. Splunk observability suite like matrices, traces, APM, and then Splunk security suite, ES, SOAR, security analytics and automation. Now key topics of Splunk. First one is an architecture. Forwarders, collect and send data, that is in universal forwarder. Indexes, store and process incoming data. And then search heads, user interface for queries, dashboards, and alerts. Now deployment server manages configurations across Splunk instances. This is the architecture components. Now what is the meaning of data ingestion? Now if we are ingesting the data from various sources, that's why we will call it as source data. That is system log, APIs, files, cloud services. Now once we have ingesting the data from the various sources, we need to parsing. Now parsing in the sense breaking down the source data, like splitting, as well as we need to call this Splunk breaks raw data into events. Now then after we need to give indexing. Indexing is nothing but a where the data stored in the database or somewhere, it is helpful to search where data is stored. That's the reason we will use indexes. Now coming to the search processing language, SPL. What is the importance of SPL? Basic search. It is also there in the search. What the search? We need to what the language. Language in the sense information. Which information? English information, Telugu information, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Spanish. What are the information did you check in the system as well as mobile phones? Which machines did you check? We need to capture that information. We need to use SPL. See, search processing language. That is in basic search based on the index, main, error or fail, and then transforming commands, stats, time chart, and then chart. Advanced SPL, subsearches, joins, rejects. Rejects means regular expression extractions and the multi-value fields. Now dashboards and reports. Why we are using the dashboards and reports? Visualization purpose, line charts, bar charts, pie chart. These are every, it is so easy in our sixth standards only. In the sixth standards nowadays, in the fifth, fourth class standards, so people only, students only use it line charts, bar charts, and pie charts. Scheduled reports automate daily and weekly summaries. Alerts trigger notifications based on conditions. Now, knowledge objects, field extractions, lookups, macros, event types, data models for accelerated searches. Now, administrations. Here we are using role-based access control, RBAC, indexer clustering, search head clustering, performance tuning like t-stats, summary indexing, advanced use cases, security analytics, observability, and then compliances. In the security analytics, detecting anomalies in login attempts. Suppose if you are sending the information from one point to the another point, suppose any one of the anomalies or intruders, any hackers are uh, uh, dump into in our knowledge base or network, then only how they are hacking our data, how to breach the data, then only we need to use security analytics purpose. And then observability, we need always observe how the data will transform one place to the another place, it will moving from security or not. Based on that, we need to use observability. In the observability, we have to use monitor and then microservices and then cloud workloads. And then compliance, it is very very helpful in every sector. We don't expose our personal data. Based on that, we need to follow some regularizations and then policies provided by the governments or countries, like audit logs for GDPR and then SOX and then HIPAA guidelines. Now how to set up Splunk in local. Now we have three type of machines: Windows machines, Linux machines, Mac operating systems. These are the operating systems. Any one of the system we have used. Now how to set up download Splunk enterprise. Go to the Splunk downloads, choose your OS based on Windows as well as Linux as well as Mac OS. Install Splunk enterprise. Windows run.msi installer. Linux for bash. Start Splunk web. Suppose if you are not able to download and set up install in our local, we need to go with the start Splunk web also, and then ingest sample data and then build dashboards. These are the things we need to cover in the upcoming tutorials in the Splunk playlist. If you have liked this video and then content, don't forget like, comment, subscribe, and then share. Thank you. Signing off, Balakrishna. Bye bye. Take care.